What is going on, basketball fans, and welcome back to NBA GOAT News. Last night we had a crazy showdown between the Boston Celtics and the Charlotte Hornets. Tensions ran high, players got ejected, and the stars came to play. In the end, Boston took away the win 124-109. Let's get into the action. First things first, let's talk stats. Jason Tatum was on a mission with an impressive 32 points and 11 rebounds, and he kept the Celtics steady when it mattered most. Jaylen Brown also came in hot, dropping 25 points to help Boston secure the victory. But it wasn't just the big two. Derek White added 17 points, and Drew Holiday chipped in 14, proving Boston's depth is no joke. But you can't talk about this game without mentioning LaMelo Ball. He was an absolute force for the Hornets, putting up 31 points before he fouled out in the fourth. Ball did everything he could to keep his team in the game, but unfortunately, Charlotte just didn't have enough firepower, especially with key players Brandon Miller and Mark Williams out due to injuries. And then came the fireworks in the fourth quarter. This game was physical from the start, but tensions hit a boiling point late in the game. Grant Williams got ejected after a hard flagrant foul on Tatum that sent him to the floor near half court. Just moments later, LaMelo Ball fouled Tatum on a three-point attempt, leading to another flagrant call. The Hornets were on edge, and it showed. As if that wasn't enough, with seconds left on the clock, Miles Bridges joined the ejected list after a heated exchange with the refs. The frustration was real for the Hornets, and Boston stayed ice cold, capitalizing on Charlotte's unraveling. The Celtics were able to stay calm and collected, showing that championship-level composure as the Hornets imploded around them. With Charlotte committing 26 fouls compared to Boston's 13, the Celtics took full advantage, sinking 29 of 35 free throws. That focus and discipline made a huge difference. Now, there's a bit of concern for Charlotte at the center position. They were already missing Mark Williams, and Nick Richards left the game with a sore shoulder. If this continues, the Hornets might be relying on a small ball lineup for a while. Now, let's talk key moments of the game. The Hornets cut the lead to 6 with just a couple of minutes left. It was looking like they might rally, but that's when Drew Holiday stepped up and drilled a huge three-pointer from the left wing, giving Boston the breathing room they needed to close out the game. Last night, we had a showdown in Brooklyn that came down to the wire. The Brooklyn Nets took on the Chicago Bulls in an absolute nail-biter, but it was young star Cam Thomas who stole the show in the final minutes, bringing the Nets to a 120-112 victory. Both teams came out hot, trading buckets early. The Bulls were led by Nikola Vucevic, who was nearly unstoppable. Vucevic dropped 28 points and snagged 11 rebounds, hitting 10 of his first 11 shots, and didn't miss until the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Zach LaVine and Kobe White chipped in 21 each, with White knocking down 5 threes to keep the Bulls in striking distance. But the Nets kept pace with contributions all around. Cam Johnson stepped up with 14 points, Nick Claxton and Keon Johnson had 12 each, and Ben Simmons played the role of playmaker with 11 assists, 8 rebounds, and 8 points. But the real story, it was all Cam Thomas in the fourth. With just 4 minutes left, the Nets were clinging to a 1-point lead, and it felt like anyone's game. Enter Cam Thomas. This guy came into the night as the NBA's leader in the fourth quarter scoring, and he showed us why. He absolutely took over the final stretch, scoring 10 of his 32 points in the fourth alone. Thomas went on a personal 10-2 run that included an ice-cold layup and 2 daggers from beyond the arc. That explosion turned a close game into a 9-point Nets lead with just under 2 minutes left. Cam's clutch play had the Barclays Center going crazy. The Bulls had their chance to respond, but they struggled to convert in those crucial moments. Chicago missed 3 straight shots as Brooklyn extended the lead, sealing their second straight victory. The Los Angeles Lakers took on the Toronto Raptors in a high-energy showdown, and this one did not disappoint, with Anthony Davis and LeBron James both having monster games, leading the Lakers to a 131-125 victory. First off, let's talk about Anthony Davis. AD was in beast mode last night. He put up a season-high 38 points and added 12 boards, dominating from start to finish. The Raptors just had no answer for him inside or out. Whether it was dunks, mid-range jumpers, or free throws, Davis made it look easy. And right there with him, the king himself, LeBron James. LeBron dropped 27 points and dished out 10 assists, doing it all on the floor. His court vision was insane last night, setting up his teammates for big shots while keeping the Lakers' offense moving. At 39, he's still putting on a clinic, and the Raptors just couldn't keep up. It wasn't just the AD and LeBron show. Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell stepped up in a big way. Reeves dropped 20 points and D'Lo added 19, keeping the pressure on the Raptors all night long. Their shooting helped build an early lead that LA would never give up. The Lakers led by as many as 26 points, but give credit to the Raptors, they didn't back down. Led by RJ Barrett, who had a season-high 33 points and 12 assists, Toronto battled back, cutting the lead to just 6 late in the game, but LA had the answer. Just when it looked like Toronto might make a game of it, Ryu Hachimura drained back-to-back corner threes to swing the momentum right back. That, plus Max Christie's clutch free throws, kept the Raptors at bay. The one big difference maker in this one, free throws. The Lakers got to the line 41 times and converted 36 of them, compared to just 13 attempts for Toronto. The extra aggression paid off big time. The Lakers showed they can take control early and hold on even when things get tight. With AD and LeBron in top form, role players stepping up, and their first road win of the season in the books, Lakers fans should be feeling great about this squad. Last night's clash between the Denver Nuggets and Minnesota Timberwolves was an absolute thriller that went down to the wire. This game had everything: clutch shots, intense defense, and a heated altercation. Let's break down how the Timberwolves managed to edge out the Nuggets 119 to 116 in a nail-biter. First up, the moment of the game. With just 25.7 seconds left on the clock, Anthony Edwards delivered in the clutch. He drove inside and hit a smooth 7-foot floater, giving the Timberwolves a 117 to 116 lead. Edwards was electric, putting up 29 points on the night and leading the charge to stop the Nuggets' final push. And as if that wasn't enough, Rudy Gobert stepped up big at the line with 2 free throws to ice the game at 119-116. Gobert's been a force on both ends this season, and last night was no different. He finished with 17 points, 14 rebounds, and 1 game-stealing defensive play. With just 2.3 seconds left, Nikola Jokic had one last shot to tie it, but Rudy Gobert was there to close the door, putting just enough pressure to force Jokic into an off-target corner 3. Jokic, who nearly had another triple-double with 26 points, 13 assists, and 9 rebounds, couldn't quite pull it off this time. But let's rewind for a second, because the game was far from one-sided. The Nuggets actually surged back with a massive 25-3 run in the fourth quarter to go up 116 to 109 with just 2:30 left. Aaron Gordon was on fire, scoring 31 points with 11 rebounds, and Michael Porter Jr. poured in another 26 to keep Denver in striking distance all game long. Gordon's 31 points were his second highest scoring performance since joining Denver, and he was unstoppable. Porter was lights out too, but with Jamal Murray, who left in the third quarter due to a head collision with Julius Randle, the Nuggets were missing a key piece in crunch time. Jamal Murray's absence was definitely felt, and let's hope he clears concussion protocol soon, but in the meantime, Jokic was forced to shoulder even more of the load. The Nuggets bench struggled, getting outscored 31-13 by Minnesota's reserves, which became a crucial factor down the stretch. And let's not forget about one of the game's most intense moments. Christian Braun took it straight to Gobert, throwing down a monster dunk right over the 7'2" center. Then Braun got a little too hyped, letting out a taunt that led Gobert to grab him by the neck. Both benches emptied, technical fouls were handed out, and the crowd was absolutely roaring. These teams definitely aren't backing down from each other. The Timberwolves may have the league's top defense, but the Nuggets exposed some holes, especially in transition. Denver capitalized with 22 fast break points, and Minnesota will need to tighten up if they want to keep their defensive ranking. If you want more NBA highlights, recaps, and games like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.